This conference will now be recorded.
Thanks, everyone. Remember, green is actually. Oh. Nope, green is actually
Green's on here.
Green's on here.
Really?
Yep. Red is on at the.
Red is
town.
run, green is get out of town.
Right. Yes, it is.
It was like that for
We're
years.
just confusing you, Joe.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. The time being 4:47. I'd like to call this meeting of February 19th to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Back there. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I like your sweatshirt, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you. I got that from a police officer,
I like it. I wouldn't have guessed.
I know which one.
Elizabeth.
Yeah,
Elizabeth Murray.
That one like it.
All right. We're going to start right off with reviewing the minutes. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I just want to get those minutes done. We'll start with the January 8th one.
Mr. Chairman, we did send them via email and put another copy in your books today. So
Yes, I know Sue wants them done. So starting with the 8th.
Well, I'll start it off because I read it already. I make a motion to accept the minutes of January 8th, 2026 as presented.
I will second it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, one down, two to go. January 22nd.
Moving right along, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes of January 22nd, 2026 as written.
I'll second that. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And last but not least, February 5th.
Chair,
Joe?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes of Thursday, February 5th, 2026 as written.
Second.
All right. Any discussion?
I do, but it's minor.
Okay.
Page 4, it says the floor at the senior center has been mostly completed in VCT style. It's VCT tile, not B. It's right smack in the middle, just above where it says Selectmen Jessamine.
Oh, yep. Okay. So it's VCT.
Yep.
All right. Don't really think that needs to go back.
Nope, I don't think it's
So-
bad. Just correct it and
Yep.
move on.
Okay. So with that amended correction, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Sue will be pleased.
and I'll be out of the doghouse.
Yeah, yes. All right. Start with some announcements. Applications for elderly or veterans credits are due in the Selectmen's office by April 15th. That's April 15th. These forms can be found on our website. Abatement applications can also be found on our website, and the deadline for submission is March 1st. So that's March 1st. All of these documents are printed and available in the Selectmen's office. Town warrant article voting will take place on Tuesday, March 10th. Don't forget, that's Tuesday, March 10th at Winnisquam High School. Polls open at 7 a.m. Town meeting will be held in the same location on Saturday, March 14th, beginning at 8 a.m. That's Saturday, March 14th at 8 a.m. So hope to see many of you there, as well as the town voting.
Mr. Chairman, may I? Inside your covers, each one of the selectmen's books, we have the latest and greatest of the warrant articles
Yep.
there were some slight changes. Tim is not able to be here, but very slight changes and just basically some wording and that stuff. But it is the freshest and latest copy. I did not have Amy hole punch it and put it in there so the board could look at it while you do other business tonight. So if you had any questions. So,
Are those, okay. All right.
We tried to give Catherine most of it because she wasn't here.
Yes, we did.
see what happens when you're sick, Catherine?
Whoa.
He knows.
All right, moving along. Donations, $500 to the senior center from the Spaghetti Supper fundraiser held on Saturday, February 14th. Did you attend that one? Pat? No. So that's really good. That's awesome.
Awesome.
So that is
Yep.
awesome. $50 from LaPlante family after a family function was held in the center on Sunday, February 15th. So thank you very much for the LaPlante family. I hope you had a really good family function.
Make a motion, we accept the donations and with the thank you.
Okay, I'll
Second.
Second. All right, Joe. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Yes, thank you again for all that. All right. So Kevin is not here.
Mr. Chairman, I just called him. He is on his way,
Okay.
so he should be here very shortly.
All right.
I do have a couple of issues if you'd like to
Yeah, go ahead.
have the board address them in the interim. It'll save us time. Hopefully, we don't give our selectmen candidates the idea that all of these meetings go this smoothly. So, um, but this is a rarity. So in our policy, the board has adopted in the past for our highway employees, we are mandated under the workman's comp statute to provide them with safety related boots or foot gear. Boots is the term in our policy that we replace. The amount set on that was set 9 or 10 years ago. Pat, help me if I'm wrong. And the amount is currently $175. And for any of you, especially you, Mr. Vice Chairman, you would know finding a good pair of steel toe acceptable workman's comp approved boots for $175 is not happening. So I would ask the board if they would make a motion to remove the amount and leave it to the department head so that some employee doesn't go out and get, $400 boots. But if they're able to get a good pair of boots, mostly in the range of $225 or $250 is what we found on Amazon. So, but
I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean,
yeah,
I,
just remove the amount.
I'm gonna, my personal opinion, I would trust the department heads. I mean, it's their budget, and I mean,
Right,
we need to put the faith in them that they're going to be fiscally responsible. So
right.
that's my opinion. Catherine?
Was this Public Works Director request or employees?
Both. Public Works Director of me. So, yeah.
I think it's really important for safety to
Absolutely.
get a good boot. $175, you're going to get garbage in a year, not even a year. They're just going to be garbage. So
Scary.
I agree with Kevin's assessment, $250 in that range. I'm good. I'll make a motion to rescind that cap of $150 and leave it up to the department head, which also goes to the PD as well.
Correct.
I'll second it for discussion. Go ahead, Joe.
Not putting a upper level cap on that amount leaves the door open for abuse.
Hmm.
Not necessarily in this discussion or with this public works director, but we've had numerous public works directors over the years. And some of those boots, can run up to $650.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm just a little skeptical for what happens down the road.
Mhm.
I agree with your sentiments that the public works employees need to have proper safety gear.
So
And we buy their other safety gear, so
put a cap on it of 300.
you should be able to get good boots for $300 or less, shouldn't you? I would second that $300 amount.
Any other discussion on that? Catherine?
Just a comment, I mean, it is the Public Works Director's budget, so. But, I was in construction for 40 years, concrete construction. My husband used to spend 150, 160 bucks in his boots. I bought mine from a local department store. And mine lasted longer than his. So.
Yeah, it depends on how you use
Sometimes
it.
you're
Working
right.
Side by side, so
Sometimes you're right.
Yeah,
concrete lie, so, you
Right.
know. Soles would fall off, mine wouldn't. So it isn't brand, it isn't the dollar amount,
no.
it's just
It's the,
the construction of the boot.
I agree with you. It's that it is the brand most of the time. When I was climbing telephone poles, they told us right off the bat, Red Ball will last you almost your career. And it lasted me almost my career climbing telephone poles with Red Ball. Lasted me almost my whole entire career.
Like Red Ball Jets, the
Yeah.
sneakers?
Mhm.
No kidding.
So, boots.
Oh, I never thought of the boots, just
so-
the sneakers.
You, it depends on what you get. I could get a pair of Keens and it would last me less than a year, but I tried and true good boots will last you and save you. Trust me, there have been many occasions where those boots saved me. So I know what it's like to be out there in the world in that kind of situation where it does save you.
Am I to assume that they're eligible for these new boots every year? So if you get a $300 pair of boots this year, what's the chances of needing them next year?
Some do, some don't, depending on what they get this year.
Also depends on what kind of work they do, what they're
Right,
into, a lot of water,
right.
on the road, a lot of, oops, shut that poop door, sorry. A lot of water, a lot of salt, chemicals, solvents.
Mhm.
They should last them. Public Works, quite a while. Not typically standing in water.
Kevin, you want to come up and
Get a
just
mic.
sit? Yeah, he can just come right up here. That's fine. He's kind of weigh in real quick before we make a final. Green is, there you
there we
go.
go.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're good.
All right, so there's two
It's a
points
test.
that I should make with this. With the current limit at 175, what's happening is halfway through the year, what's happening is people are coming to me for a new pair of boots because the boots they purchased aren't lasting a full year. So raising the dollar amount so they get a better quality boot is important. The other point that I want to make is the salt is very corrosive and very destructive to the boots, especially in the wet conditions that these guys are in the winter. And not so much the summertime activities, but it's the winter activities that's very corrosive and destructive to the boots. So a larger dollar amount. So if these, if the crew member picks a boot for $125, they like the Keens, they're comfortable. It's at least this limit at least lets them get maybe a second pair of boots in that same period of time. So if we have a $300 limit, although if somebody picks a pair of Red Wings or Hoffmans or whatever, and they max out
Yeah.
the max out the limit, then they know that that's their limit for the year. But it's been my experience, the Red Wings or the Hoffmans, or I'm sorry, I keep referring to Hoffmans. Those are line boots typically, but in loggers. But anyway, the higher quality boot tends to last longer in the corrosive environment. The leather is thicker, the soles are thicker.
Warmer.
warmer, exactly. So
How, so they're eligible each year. I mean, how often are they getting boots replaced are they getting them replaced every year, you think?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
when I was here prior, February was the month that I had everybody go get new boots. Just, it kept my bookkeeping clean. I knew that February was the month and they all went and got new boots. I'm not sure how the previous director handled it, and we had people in the past that would come to me come August, July. Kevin, my boots are worn out. I need a new pair of boots. And I'd have to say, sorry, it's,
Out of pocket.
you're already at your limit for the year. That tends to happen, not to get into particulars, but shouldn't say what I'm going to say, so I'm just going to be quiet.
He's learning.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Enough
All right.
said.
Well,
Okay.
thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
All right. So we have a motion on the table. We have a second, and this is the motion for authorizing this boots for a cap of $300.
Yep.
Is that correct with everybody?
Mhm.
All right. So we have a motion, a second. Any more discussion on it?
This is the $300 cap.
Yep.
We're just raising it. It's not open.
Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
This is for-
Yeah.
should you also say police and,
Did already.
oh, you did, okay.
but isn't it
Sorry.
contractual?
You're ahead of me.
No, it just says boots. But they, police in their uniforms, they only get them when they need them. They don't really go, correct me if I'm wrong, chief, they only get the
It's
uniforms when they actually need them. Everybody doesn't get them
A lot
whether
of
they need
times-
them or not.
yeah, and a lot of times they'll buy a
Yeah.
Right.
summer and a
No.
winter boot.
Yeah, they'll do the summer and the winter.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah.
you can't wear a winter boot in the
Yep.
summer. So, all right. So we have a motion, a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay, motion passes. Anything else?
Yes, if you don't mind, I'll make it quick. I wanted to make sure that the board was okay. The PD has reached out in the congressional grant form that I'm sure the chief will bring to you at a later point to ask if I, as the town administrator, would write a letter of support, not only as the town administrator, but also as my knowledge of police work, which was a long time ago. And I want to make sure the board was okay with that. Obviously, it doesn't authorize them. It simply says, I support what they're trying to do. So,
So,
I would hope so.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
That's in your job.
I'm okay with it.
it is in my job
It is in
description.
your
I just want to make sure nobody's blindsided.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
And is there a way to get a little bit more context as to what the congressional request?
Yeah, it's for a helicopter. Oh, it's good. No.
And that's why we ask people. That's why we ask.
Listen, we need a little bit of levity here. This is starting to look
I
important.
thought you said we were just gonna have DPW with the impound. Now he's gonna build a helipad.
All right. No, it is live training simunitions
Oh, okay.
program
All right.
equipment. So the board knows.
Helicopters.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that one. So the board knows, we will need to have a public hearing in the near future on the acceptance of the first dump truck grant from the public.
Yep.
And so the board knows, I anticipate Governor, our second dump truck grant going to Governor and Council for hopefully approval at their first meeting in April. So we will not have assurances for both by the time town meeting arrives, but if the board would like on town meeting day, we can address it. But it appears very good. So
With your connections, you can't speed that up.
I'm trying. No, told you I lost my clout when I retired.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That is all that I have.
Okay.
And
you.
Kevin is,
So, DPW Director Duvall, you want to come up? I'm going to skip over our moderator for the moment, just to give her some time to get here and to breathe when she gets here, so she's not rushed. If you want to come up and you can give us an update on your equipment plan.
Thank you, Kevin.
please. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So this equipment plan reflects not only the first grant that we were awarded, but it also is reflecting of hopefully the second truck grant coming through for us as well.
Okay. All right.
You'll notice it's itemized 2026 Peterbilt with a truck number is TH26A. And then the second one would be TH26B.
Mhm.
The current dump trucks in the inventory would be sold for auction, or do
No.
you plan on keeping them?
We cannot keep them. Part of the grant program is these old trucks need to be decommissioned. They need to, as soon as we take delivery of the new truck associated with the grant, the truck that it's replacing needs to be deemed unusable. So we have to put a 3-inch hole in the engine block and we have to cut the frame in half.
Well, that's just stupid.
Then we,
I'm sorry, I know it's not your plan, but
we can save whatever equipment off of the truck we can utilize in the future. We can scrap the trucks for scrap iron. We could also, so there are some things that we can do with these trucks to
but not run
Have
them as
some-
trucks or
well,
sell.
that's the whole idea with the program is
Yeah.
to get the old trucks off the road.
Yep. That's the whole point of it.
Part of the emission
I
standards.
understand your stress.
I know, but it is part of that's part of the emissions part of it.
Right.
Which
It is.
Talking about my federal tax dollars at work here. That's what it is.
I
I mean, the town gets to
I hear
save
you.
a bundle, but hello, we're all paying for it anyway.
Yes.
Makes no sense. But it is what it is.
But
right?
isn't this money from VW?
Yes.
This is like a lawsuit from them, right?
From Volkswagen. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Now I like VW.
So the next thing that I'd like to mention about our equipment is the excavator and the bucket loader. We are planning on keeping until 2036, 2037, quite a ways out because it should be a 30-year lifespan on these pieces of equipment. But there is still more grant money available to us. And if our current equipment qualifies for the grant program, Scott and I are going to apply for that grant money. And if we can replace the excavator and the bucket loader with grant funds,
Yeah.
obviously we're going to try to do that.
Trackless.
No, the trackless is fine. Just the excavator and the loader. The trackless is too new, actually. That won't qualify for the program. But so potentially, we can update our excavator and our loader, which will leapfrog our equipment plan even more. So this plan is reflective of not replacing those pieces of equipment. But obviously, if we can utilize the grant program to replace those pieces of equipment, I'll redo my plan again
Mhm.
and reflect that as well. And it'll just show more savings to the residents. And we can streamline this plan a little more, flatline it so that it's, it's a nice flat budget for the next 10 or 15 years, which is
$70 as an estimated replacement cost for the 2008 GMC pickup.
70,000, yeah.
That's just $70.
Bottom line, it does say $70.
Yeah.
And it is a GMC, so maybe that's right.
Oh, I forgot some zeros.
Tom, a bunch of
I
zeros.
was gonna say that's
The typo.
all right.
I'd
So
say,
that
I
should be
wanna know where you're
70,000.
getting this. I want one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I leave it to you, Catherine, to pick out the typo. Keeping me in check there. So the currently our 2008 GMC pickup is just a pickup truck with a regular cab pickup truck with a straight plow on it. There's no sander attached to it. The truck that I propose that we get to replace that truck is going to be a crew cab truck with a highway sander and a V plow on it as well. So it'll be more useful for us in the winter months. Currently, if I send 3 guys to do a project, they have to take 2 trucks, or they sit 3 deep in a truck, which isn't comfortable. Some large fellas on the crew.
They're
Um,
large men. It's
so-
probably not safe either.
Exactly. So, that's the idea behind getting a crew cab truck with the same. That's why it's a little bit more pricey than just a regular pickup truck.
Okay. The have the F550, the 2017 one, your replacement 2032, and then you have or estimated replacement, and then the F550, the 2013 one, 2028. I think those are good estimated dates. for those
Yes.
F550s.
In fact, the 2013 F550, the 2028 timeframe for that's an estimate. And in 2027, I'll assess the truck. If we can get another year out of it, then I'll adjust the plan and we'll get another year out of it.
Okay.
Just so somewhere in Ford's manufacturing process of these trucks, from 2013 to 2017, they really changed the structure of these trucks so where they're not as strong, not as rugged as they were in the past. So even though the 2017 truck is a newer truck, the 2013 truck is more suited for what we do with it, plowing and such. So my goal is to keep that in the fleet as long as I can. Everything from the turning radius for towing trailers to the power it has for plowing. It's a totally different truck than this 2017. So my goal is obviously to keep that as long as I can. But as it gets age, things to start to wear out, and it costs money to repair. We'll just have to keep an eye on that time frame. If we can get another year out of it, that's great. But it's nice to see in 2028 that we can change it out if we have to.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions, Evan, on this? Okay. All right. Yeah, keep us posted if you guys do want to move forward or you with a grant or anything for the excavator loader. I mean,
Right now, we're in the research.
Yeah.
I presented Scott with some estimates today. A couple of weeks ago, I had reached out to a salesman to get our trade-in values for our equipment and how much it would cost to replace the equipment. So I gave Scott those estimates today,
okay.
and he's supposed to take that information and speak with the grant people and qualify.
Oh, okay.
So it's in the baby stages, but we're working on it.
All right. Great. Awesome. Thank you. And this is the 10-year plan for paving.
For paving, road plan, yeah.
We turn some of these back to dirt.
Catherine,
26,000 for Business Park Drive. 140.
Why
Any of
would,
these include drainage?
why would we
Oh, that's
be
just
doing
paving.
Business Park Drive right now?
That would be
2
at
years.
least a couple of years.
It's a couple years
28.
out, 2028.
So
I think you better rethink that.
2028?
yeah,
Yeah, because you've got a large warehouse going in there with 7 lots.
yeah.
Okay, that can be adjusted.
On both sides of the street.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's gonna be
Good for him.
And-
Charlie.
by the time
By the
Probably-
time it's finished,
right, we'll be close to 2028.
Oh, okay.
won't start till late this
Which
year.
and you may not have even known, like, had Selectman Constantino has brought some of this up in as a land use coordinator, so we are now
They were
more
ready.
privy to it. And I don't think you were here, I think, during some of the meetings that she talked about some of that stuff. So,
Okay.
but with that one, yeah, you'd probably want to
Push it out a little bit.
push that one out. And you're probably going to want to reassess it anyways, because once you start seeing all the construction over there.
So this is obviously fluid. This is,
Yeah.
it's adjusting,
Yeah.
constantly adjusting.
Well,
So-
they were ready to pull the plug and build, but they bought 2 more lots and now they have to come back to the planning and zoning and do all that all over again.
Okay,
So it's kind of been pushed out a little bit.
the large adjustments that I made was, there was a few roads that were on this schedule to get paved this year. But obviously the focus needs to be on Academy Street.
Hmm.
So I adjusted this plan to reflect that. And Academy Street is the priority. But there are 2 very small roads in town. If the funds allow, I'd like to get paved this year. That is West Street. It's a small road between Prospect and Chestnut.
Yep.
And Pest House Road that I would like to have paved.
Paved?
Yes.
May I
Which end of
the-
Pest House
tell
Road?
you, corner of West and Chestnut? Built.
Okay.
A house.
Good information. Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, it might be good if you bring this to,
The house that burnt down is going to be built back up.
yeah, it might be good if you bring this to Pat and sit down with her. 'Cause she can probably tell you about some of these things that might impede some of the paving aspects of it.
Well, I would like to think that the house project wouldn't impede
No,
us
I don't think
paving,
so.
but we could
Yeah.
have special provisions that they take precautions if it is fresh pavement. And I'm also, I know there's some new people on the board, but I'm in the past, I usually pave with binder first and then let it sit for 6 months or so, and then we come in and top.
Yeah.
So, and that'd be the same case with this project. Seems to have been working out okay. Something I would do in the future. So if I do pave this year, it'd just be binder. They could do their projects. The next year we come in, clean it up with top, and then we're
Yeah.
done with it.
What do you, I think Catherine was asking, how far up on Pest House?
Up to the
Because
cemetery.
the concern on that road is that corner
Mhm.
in it. And I mean, the drainage is horrible and state's not gonna, I mean, reality
There's no
is,
state project there.
There was one time before you that it came down, but there was also that apron that came around and drained into.
yeah.
If you're looking at Pest House, it came down on the right-hand side and it
Mhm.
was a large apron and it came in and
And
it drained into
shouldn't-
that. And it's for some reason before your time
Yeah.
that whoever plowed it eliminated that
That whole
right-hand.
section, when you're driving on Caleb Hill Road
Mhm.
and you're heading towards, if you're coming from the top of Caleb Hill Road, right, up by March Road, and you come down, you're coming towards Pest House. That whole section right there, that should be like taken out. That should all be one open area because people that come off, anybody that comes off Pest House, you're making that corner, they want to go left. If they want to go left, it is in the drainage. I think that's part of the issue is because there's so much,
Right.
it's just not, and it washes out.
Yes.
You know it.
Yes.
There's,
So-
and I know there's been several residents that have complained about it. It's not you or anything like this, has just been for years like this.
So my goal obviously is a lot of that drainage can be dealt with if I can pave the road.
Yeah.
Because then now I can apply some paved swales,
Yep.
catch basins,
Yeah.
and direct the water safely where it needs to
Right.
go.
That doesn't come in the road.
That's correct. And obviously,
What
since
do you,
it's,
what do you think about taking that
oh, absolutely, that should just be a
section right
wide
out
apron.
and just make it all, a wide apron is what it should
Because
be.
people, in fact, when we plow that road, we have to strategically
I know.
do that. And it's problematic
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We've gotten calls on that
But where the
several
town
times.
doesn't have an existing drainage there,
On the,
where would we divert the road, the water to?
Well, I would
Private
have to-
property?
That's
would
the only
have-
thing up there. is
but there
private
is a
property.
drainage,
There is a culvert there.
there's a culvert on the right-hand
There's a
side
culvert.
there.
On the right
Yeah.
hand side.
Yep.
And where does it go? Does it go under the road?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
goes
does,
under the-
yeah.
So this project
Goes
would
under the
definitely,
road.
What about the left, the other side?
there's no catch
There's
basin.
nothing
There's a
on the other
swale.
It's a
Yeah,
swale.
it's
Where
just a
do you-
swale.
I mean, you're gonna direct all the water to one side?
Or you could put a drainage under that to go on the other side of
Yeah.
it where it goes to.
So
It's-
this,
it's Something that you're gonna have to
Yeah.
look at.
Yeah.
and
this,
figure out.
so since this road is connecting to a state road and it's going to be dealing with drainage, I'll have to contact the state.
Right.
And their engineers will have to be involved with the project.
Yeah, they definitely will have to be.
And
Yeah.
it'll be a joint effort.
Oh, joy for you.
Yeah. Better you than us.
Is
Joy
the
for you.
west end of Pest House still gravel?
Well said. Well said. Joy for you.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
No, thank you.
Appreciate it.
And yes, we're prepared for the next storm.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I hope you guys are all
Oh, yes.
refreshed.
Well rested.
Rested.
Equipment's all ready to go.
Ready to go.
We're fully stockpiled.
Good.
Good.
Nice to hear.
Good.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, might I, before Helen, we give her a minute to breathe. AP
breathing?
and
Wait a minute.
payroll are in the binder to your right.
All done.
All done. Okay, signed.
AP
Okay.
is done.
Okay, signature for Chuck Mitchell
Yep.
for Concom.
That's
Done.
Okay. In the green folder, if there's any question, is an avatar. It's from DRA,
Yeah.
which basically says
Guys all
that,
see this yet?
yeah, and there may be some questions
Signed it
and
already.
for the sake of,
Yeah.
for the sake of time, I might be able to help you by just telling the board that DRA does a check of the assessments physical assessments that Avatar does in each community statewide. And then they report to the Board of Selectmen in each community their findings of those checks. In that green folder is the checks that, some of the checks that they reviewed in the town of Tilton in 24 or 5, I think it's 5, that 25, I'm sorry, that Avatar did, physical checks that they had a disagreement with and sent Avatar back to correct them. So for the board's knowledge, it's nice that we can say to our taxpayers, not only do we suggest, as I do commonly, suggest to our taxpayers that they go online, which they have the ability to under our website, and review their tax cards to make sure their tax cards, property tax cards, are consistent with what we have. So when their assessments are put together, Selectman Dawson, as you'll recall in the past, has requested specific photographs be done in certain cases. And so this particular item in the green folder is a third, basically for our taxpayers' knowledge and for the board's knowledge, is a third check of the contents of the assessment on the tax card and any follow-ups so that they're correct.
Yep.
Did I get that right, Pat?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I read. through it.
Okay. So just if you have any questions, because they find the mistakes and make sure they get corrected.
Yeah, it's important.
Yes,
They,
very
people, yeah, I mean, taxpayers should be looking at their
Tax
their
cards.
tax cards.
Yeah.
I mean, they really should be. And if they have questions, or they should be coming down to town hall and looking into it.
So the board knows I do get many more, and I'm sure land use does too, many more calls in the last couple of years on
Mhm.
people reviewing their tax cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially when they understand they can do them right online.
Yep.
They don't have to come in. They can go right to the, I do it, as you know, I live in Northfield, but I do mine annually. So.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Avatar used to print, I don't know what it was called, but it was basically how to read your tax card.
Yep.
Is that something we could put a link to on our website if they still, it was a handy, I ran across it at my house a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
It
there was a
very
hand.
handy pamphlet.
Yeah, there is a handy pamphlet. And in fact, I think that I saw it online when I was looking at some assessment stuff, and we do have
Mm.
somewhere in our database is a copy of that.
Mhm.
Okay.
We should put that back on the website.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? All right,
Helen.
town moderator, Helen Hanks, please step forward
Raise your right hand.
to teach us.
Unteachable group. Honorary is more like it tonight. We're freezing.
Okay, thank you.
Did you have a good day?
Did. How about
Good.
yourself?
Wasn't bad.
I'm glad to hear
Wasn't
it.
bad. Glad
Well,
you're here.
We're here. It's shifting from my work brain to the here brain. So just give me just 2 more seconds.
No worries.
There's no pop quiz because if you looked at what you were provided, there's already a checklist in the back. So it would be futile for me to quiz you unless you didn't know there was a checklist at the back
In
of
the
your
back.
section. I probably should have started with, is there a checklist? In fact, there's a checklist in every section of the election procedure manual to assist everyone who's involved in our elections in the state. Just have a summary form. So I'm here to help fulfill those sections of the statute. And I would just start by asking for your support for the voting place to be at the high school. And that the polling hours be set for this election 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That requires you all to take a vote at the end, just the
7
other,
a.m. You want it 7 a.m.
Yeah, I do think that what we have seen, switching from the 8 a.m. to 7 a.m., a lot of people are coming in before they go off to work, and it provides for an open and opportunity for people to not have to choose whether to vote. And I know there's a law or go to work, but people do often make those choices. The other components under the statute is to affirm what are called inspectors of the election, also known as ballot clerks. So the ballot clerks that I have scheduled that I need, bless you, your support with include Deb Shepherd, Sabrina McPhail, Jackie Rushlow, and there are assistant moderators that will also assist as part of their duties to give people relief. And they will be Chuck Mitchell, Robert Hardy. That concludes the list of those individuals. I have other individuals scheduled for greeters, so that part is covered. And I would just publicly thank everyone who comes out and assists with our elections. So when you take your vote, if you have any questions on those individuals, they have been trained and performed the duties before.
Okay.
Establishing the polling place and preparing the polling place. So we continue to advocate that our fine public works staff who if they don't continue to have the layout is the same, except we will only need 2 ballot clerk stations. Understanding the number of voters, it is not necessary to have 3 alphanumeric polling, ballot clerk stations. We only need 2.
Only need 2.
Continue to need the high school to provide us a guest password to the internet. The internet is for the supervisors of the checklist and their electronic notebooks with regard to registering people to vote. The internet is not for our electronic ballot machine, as our electronic ballot machine by statute does not connect to the internet. So I just want to put that on the record for those that have that concern. We'll just reaffirm that. And in addition to when Mr. Hilliard, in his kind way, reaches out to the high school, we'll also need their support. In the past, they've provided us a wheelchair just to keep out in the front. And then we'll establish and make sure there are ADA parking spots for accessible voters to come into the building and vote judiciously.
Okay.
Expeditiously is the word.
So I did.
Oh, and then I've heard from Mr. Jessman, thank you. But each member of the select board need to understand your attendance that day. And if you're not going to be in attendance, who your selectmen pro tems will be, what times they will be there, so that I can swear them into their official duties for the day when you are not able to be present. At the end of voting, one of your duties is to assist in counting the ballots. If any of you are on the ballot, you will be excused from that process. And be kept outside of the ropes. So you will not be able to cross the ropes. And then I would just remind members of the selectmen, when you're sitting at the voting and our members of our community pass, engagement and conversation is not to happen.
Don't engage.
The conversations can
You'll get
happen
slapped.
That's right.
outside the ropes and in the hallway, outside the lavatories in that space in the high school.
Yes.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will. So I plan on being there all day.
Okay.
So I don't think I got
That's
back. I
right.
don't think I sent an email back to you yet.
Yeah.
So I'll be there all day. I'll get
Okay.
there about 6:45.
Okay. But if you do need a pro tem, something happens, please just let me know so I know who I'm looking for. If it's somebody you don't think that I've met, let them know. I will look for their ID to make sure they are who they say they are, and I will just swear them in.
I did make an earlier in this meeting. I just checked the announcement. I did say the polls open at 7 a.m.
Perfect.
I'll send my information in to you.
Thank you.
I have to wait to hear from one person.
So setup is Monday, the night before. and
Monday night. Yep.
I have,
Set up, yeah.
So 3:00.
Yeah. What
Whatever.
time do you?
We're waiting on
That's
that.
up to us.
yeah, that is up to you. So
Okay.
I usually just show up either Monday night and I just take a peek, and usually I just make minor tweaks or shifts. Our public works team has been phenomenal in following the layout of the room and assuring we have the proper things by statute. So it's really worked incredibly well, and I can't appreciate them enough. The only other comment is that our individuals who support the polls breakdown, I don't know if you want to send Public Works back to break it down, or if we can arrange for the school for Public Works to break it down in the morning. But we usually do the best that we can, but some of the things are really outside of people's strengths.
Hmm,
So something to consider.
Right.
okay. Um,
And candidly, after being in that room that long, people are plumb tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Sore.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Do we need to have Scott contact the school to find out roughly what time
Monday night.
Well,
we go in Monday
They-
Is
night?
a
we
game
did-
or not?
That's what I, yeah. I
that
didn't know if
contact
it was a
does need
game.
to be made, but typically we let them know that we need to be setting up at 3.
Yep.
And, I mean, that's been the routine year after year after year. Every once in a while, there's something got scheduled that we have to work around.
A
But
basketball game or
sometimes they
something.
can cut the gym in half and that can be on one side while we're setting up, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
But yeah, the contact needs to be made
Yep.
ASAP.
And they
Okay.
tape down the tarps. They have to tape down the tarps
Right.
prior to us bringing all the stuff into
Yeah.
the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
The
so.
school has been an absolutely wonderful partner, so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we will have Scott reach out to the school.
Already done. Yep.
And
Okay.
then Public Works needs to be contacted when we
Yeah.
have that time.
Yes.
And they
And-
also need to be aware, they need to come in and break it down at, but,
I think they did the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
do
Well,
it in
we
the
broke
But
morning.
it
we
down.
broke it down, put it in the hall.
But it
and
was
they-
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was tough. Yeah.
Yeah, we
should
did.
have
You'll
them
to
that
check with the
evening.
We did
school
break it
about the
down, yeah.
breakdown, because
it
usually
all
they
in the
like it
hallway.
out of there before school opens.
Opens. Yeah. Yeah. And
So they may have to come in Tuesday night.
Tuesday night at 7 when the polls close.
Or
And
if you orchestrate other volunteers that want to come in later from family or friends, it would be
Well, I think-
helpful. It's something for you all to
Yeah.
consider, again,
I
your
think it'd be
decision.
fine if they come in the morning. School doesn't start till what, 7:45?
Yeah,
And
but like I said, he'll have to work it out with the school.
And we kind of have to get
Yeah, I
all
think
the
school, I think
stuff
school
out
starts
of
at
the gym
7:45 and at the high school.
Tuesday. So that they can pick it up in the morning, because they have to take that stuff up off the floor
Right.
Right.
in the gymnasium, and that takes some time.
So what I would just say is, as you navigate that conversation with the school, if the school is fine leaving it and the Public Works coming and taking it all down in the morning, if you could just communicate that, then I can let the individuals working the polls know that this, for one time this year, we don't have to take it all down.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Oh,
right.
he is right.
Okay.
It's just the communication back is incredibly helpful as I continue to map
Yeah.
out.
Some of
That
us are
day.
just gonna automatically start taking it down.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm not
That's
saying,
how I was trained.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, that,
He's got the muscles. He's young.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just cognizant of
Scott, you
everybody
understand
involved.
the put up and break down?
yes. Yeah. And we do have some new, last year I kind of overseed it, but oversaw it, that didn't sound right. Oversaw it. And we do have some new public works staff. So I'm making myself a note and CCing Kevin to make sure that we get together with Rob Barry so that we know exactly.
We'll have the layout diagram.
Yeah, they do. Shane has it. I know that. So
If you need a fresh one, let me know. I'm happy
Yeah.
to send it again. Remind you that you have to post the warrant at least 14 days before the election. Don't forget. That's what I have for you tonight. And are any other questions or suggestions?
Did he give you the list of who's speaking and everything? We got that for you?
I have a document.
Yep.
yes,
Should
it
have all
should
the names on it.
Should
Should-
have all the names next to it, who's speaking what. We tried to get
be on the back, Helen.
Selectman
Back
Dawson
pages.
and most everything, but we didn't work out the way we planned, but.
That's probably a good thing.
All the warrant articles.
I
But-
see, thank you.
You see where it says motion and everything? It's who's going to speak.
I
at that-
literally just received it when I
Okay.
came in, so I
But-
will absolutely, as I normally do, review it, and I thank you for
We-
making sure I had it.
We have it all set ready for you.
I love
And
that.
Scott,
We're
you know you'll
hoping
have
with
to send
Jerry's
the
got
list
second-
to the
second-
school.
I
second.
saw Jerry, he's gonna be there. I told him I'd save him a
Tables,
seat.
chairs,
There you go.
blah, blah, blah.
A list, I'm sorry.
The list that goes to the school of the things we need.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote it down here.
Then there's a list for Public Works to gather at the town hall.
Yeah.
stuff.
Anything else?
I just need the
Just
the
need a
official
motion.
vote and confirmation of the inspectors of the election, also known as ballot clerks.
So moved.
Second,
Yes.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And you concur that 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna leave all the rest in your capable hands and then remind you if something goes askew.
we're dumping it all.
And let it be known, we're really sad that it's your last year.
Well, I
Thank you very much. for
Just let
all-
the
all
records
the
know.
effort you
Yes.
Put into this.
appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
I was trained by the best and
Even I appreciate you, for the record. Okay.
Thank you, Helen.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm sure, Helen, I'll see you and talk before then. Yeah.
All right. So what do we got? How many-
About 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I kept the agenda relatively light for our candidate forum. We are a little early, so if the board has other issues
We only
that
have
they-
one meeting.
they'd like to address.
one meeting left to.
One meeting till town left and one selectman meeting until town.
Isn't there one the week of town meeting?
So tonight
Or is that the,
and, yeah, no, there's just the one. It's on Thursday, the 5th. That's the next.
so it's the week
Select meeting.
before it falls, okay.
Yep.
And
And
then
I will be,
the 19th, no, the 5th and the 19th of March.
right.
The 5th will be the last meeting before.
The 5th is the only meeting we're going to have before town meeting and town
Well, we
voting.
could have the 12th if we wanted.
If we needed to meet before town meeting, we can, but typically it's,
So,
everything has to have been done way
know.
before. the
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. Posted.
you're going to be away the 19th. So I am going to be away on vacation for the meeting on the 5th. So are you going to be here? Okay, so I'll have you, I'll be able to jump on. But I'll just have you run the meeting. And I will jump on as out of state. So, but I don't think is there anything during that? I mean, it's pretty
I'm
much
just
just
kidding.
finalizing.
Just finalizing
last thing.
everything, that's it.
You'll have all the,
Much.
And Mr. Chairman, so the board knows, polling location hours and that stuff have been posted already on our website
oh, good, okay.
at Town Hall in 2 separate locations, have made the newspaper at least once.
Are we putting the
So-
sandwich board, the board up, not the sandwich board, but the board up by the trough? Or are we not gonna do that because of the trough this year? You know, what DPW puts up
No, they
voting?
can put it
We
on
can
the
put that up.
trellis,
We
'cause
can
they
do
put it
that?
on the
They
statue,
put it on
Yeah.
the statute.
put it on the statue end,
Okay,
the base of the statue,
okay.
that shouldn't be a problem.
So we'll have that.
We need to make sure they get that up.
Yes.
the-
Well in advance.
Now.
advance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
now's
electronic,
not a bad time.
the electronic board as well.
And electronic board too.
And that
Not
goes,
putting that up now.
well, let's wait till after this storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'd prefer that.
They haven't put it up for
Yeah.
Monday.
Sometime next week
Yeah.
After the storm.
would be good.
It's good.
Couple of years, they forgot.
I
They
know.
got put up the
I
day
think that
before.
happened last year.
Oh, jeez. Did it?
Pretty sure it happened last year where we forgot. No, we forgot to put,
Put it up,
yeah,
the
it was
sandwich
late.
board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they made a new one. The year before that, they made
Get
a
her up.
brand new one.
All right. So we've got about 15 minutes before, and
Um, I,
I want to allow citizens to have the opportunity to get here in case they decided not to show up till just before 6.
I have a question for Scott.
Yes, go right ahead.
Do it, Joe.
Scott,
Scott, I have a
Catherine.
question for you.
for you.
No snacks.
I was curious if the mini splits, if there was any chance of the manufacturer
Hold on 1 second.
reimbursing us.
Hold on.
There you go.
Effective.
Yeah. We don't want to lose you, Joe.
They're not that old. Not the installer, but the manufacturer.
All right, can you ask that question again, Catherine?
Okay.
Hold on a
Okay.
second.
I'll get you.
Any chance the manufacturer of those mini splits honoring some sort of warranty, not the installer, but the manufacturer? Have we investigated that?
We haven't yet because we're still waiting. The company that has found the problem has got to get up to them, and they have the manufacturer, they have a hotline to the manufacturer to go through them to figure out what is wrong with the mini splits, first off. But before they can get up to them, because of the ice and all that stuff, it's not safe, and the company won't put anybody up there without a lift. So I've talked to Kevin, our DPW director, about renting a lift, and we can use it for other things. Renting a lift and working in conjunction with the company so that they can get up there. What I figured would be best is once the weather clears, the ice is gone, and it's warmer, because there is the potential, I'm told, that because of the extreme continued cold, that those units may not be operating specifically for that reason. I don't know that, but that is a potential. And so the board knows, I think I told you at the last meeting, we have semi-solved the internal heating problem. So it's acceptable, but we're still not out of the woods with those units. But that will be looked into, Catherine. And specifically, I know the last one was installed. It's well within the 1-year manufacturer warranty. So, if that's helpful.
I did find out that they did take one of the lateral files from upstairs in your old office and took it away. A year or so, when Jeannie was there, she had asked if I could go through that file because it had a lot of my files in it. And I did, and I said the bottom file, I culled everything out that I didn't want. The bottom file was, I wanted, over the years, I wanted this is what I want. It's gone.
The chat
So those
session.
lateral files were put in for the use of the selectmen.
Okay.
Correct.
So who
It
took-
had
Will
different
be.
names on it
Right,
throughout
so
the
who
years.
took them?
There will
Well,
be.
they're gone.
Dawn.
I'm sorry, I got two conversations,
Who
but
was the lateral file from the stage?
DPW took it. Sue asked me to do it. It was empty. The contents of the file were removed. John Scanlon was the last one, I'm told today by Sue, that had files in there, but all of the files that were taken out of any of those drawers are still in upstairs in that area. It was empty. I verified it with Kevin's folks as well, but nothing was touched without it having been approved. I learned about this from Pat yesterday, but my understanding is that any files that were taken out were boxed up and put in that back corner office, so.
Only the Board of Selectmen should be authorizing that because
Correct.
those file cabinets were put there for the use of the Board of Selectmen members. So they should, and this discussion was had a few years ago, a year ago, when,
That was
I
a few years.
left that area, but those files were specifically put there for the use of the Board of Selectmen.
Mhm.
So in order for them to be moved, the Board of Selectmen should be
And,
talked to first. So
Right.
no more files, cabinets
right,
should be moved from the
But it doesn't,
stage.
they shouldn't have been taken out of the files to begin with.
That's right.
Now we don't know where they are. I've looked every place in that file, in that office, and they are nowhere to be found. These are files like the community service program that I developed with Ned Gordon,
Ooh.
the original master plan that was, those are all things over the years that I've kept. Hold on.
if the board recalls, shortly after I got here, almost 2 years ago, we had a discussion about cleaning that off, and Catherine, you were very adamant about what you just said.
Mhm.
And so Sue went through anybody that had questions. Sue went through the files and found like John Scanlon's. I believe she might have even talked to you, Joe, about some files, maybe or maybe not. But
But she shouldn't
She-
have gone through Selectmen's files.
no, she
ever.
didn't go. She just found them.
She
and-
shouldn't have been in those cabinets.
Never
Yeah.
touched them.
She
well-
shouldn't have been in them. And I know she
Yeah.
does good.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing she's done up there.
Absolutely gorgeous things
'Cause
she's
I've
done, but
Had
they're
to go up there
gone.
and do some
right.
work, but
What was them?
we need to
What
just
files
let her
were-
know that,
Okay.
The years
Back
I've
off
been a
and
selectman,
hands off.
all the things that I've created.
thank you,
are,
Scott.
Welcome.
Programs and senior center or police contracts, all the different contracts throughout the years. And I've done negotiations for 4 contracts now. All of those over the years have all been in those files. Can't find them anywhere.
That must have been the first file cabinet.
On the bottom. Yep. That's what's gone. Took them out. Beanie and I said, this is what I want to keep. Period. And she was right with me when I said it. I said, okay, Pat, they're
Alright.
gone. Nobody's owning to where they went. Even talked to Sue.
Well, maybe Sue knows right where they are. No? Oh, that is too bad.
All right.
Disappointing.
Well, that's something probably should be addressing when it comes to an employee not in a public session like this.
We don't know that it's her.
Her name's getting thrown around.
Who's going to be a candidate? That's John Hampton.
Oh.
That's Eric Adams. That's Pat.
That's what she's
That's
doing.
Pat. And that's Joe Jessamine.
Right.
Oh,
You've heard those names before.
So, anybody have anything else before we transition? Because I didn't do the selectmen.
we're going up there and they're coming down here, right?
Yep.
So
Good.
we're pretty well
Oh.
clear on our responsibilities for Selectmen. There's a section in
Yes.
this book that describes the supplies that is our responsibility to have at,
Have we taken that tote out and looked at it recently?
We've got a list.
We do have a list.
It's
I
in
know
that,
we-
it's in that
But-
tote, I know that.
so there's a list in this book,
But there, yes,
a recommended list of what we should have. And
What book are you
at
looking
every
at?
election, you remember,
Ellen's
we
book.
get there and there's
that's
always
the,
something. Oh,
that's the
And we're
actual
missing an
election book.
extension cord, and it's
Yeah.
always something.
Tape.
But we
or-
have, Scott, someone sent us, or it might have been Helen.
Yeah, the
Sent us
duties
all
of
the
selectmen,
documents. Yeah.
Yes,
So we have
yes.
all those.
the list in here?
Not the checklist. It's
Not the, no, not
check's
the
not
check.
listed.
Checklist is not there.
I'm talking about.
So the checklist is in the tote. I know we put it back in the tote after we were finished with
Election
it.
day, form, supplies, equipment, and seals.
Right.
And it is our responsibility to supply.
Have we located the tote, though? We need to locate that
I
tote
don't know. Where's the tote?
down in the basement somewhere.
Yeah.
Where did we keep our election stuff?
Actually, it's secure in the basement.
Is it in
Yeah.
the basement?
Yeah.
I know some of it's sometimes on the stage. Some of it's
We got to
all
find
over
that.
the place. We should,
I'll make a note.
you want me to leave this with you?
If you don't mind,
I don't know
I'd
if I
love
can
to.
Get it back to you on election.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get it to you. Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, with the board's approval, I will post for the March 5th meeting. Vice Chairman Hanson, you'll be chairing that meeting. The hearing on, the public hearing on accepting the monies for grant number 1 for the dump truck. We have to have that publicly. The board adopted that rule in 2017 is my understanding. So before we could accept
fine
any
with that?
monies. So,
All right. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Recess.
yep, we're gonna recess for about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll come back, and then what we're gonna do is we will just explain it real quick. The candidates you'll get introduced. You guys will come up. You'll sit at one of these chairs here. The mics will be on, and then the public will have you can each have 3 minutes. Have your conversation as to who you are, why you're running, all the good stuff. And then anybody online and on in the audience here will be afforded the opportunity to ask questions. Okay. Probably make more sense if we have the one candidate speak and then have somebody, then we'll open it up to questions. So that way it's getting directed to that candidate. And then either way, doesn't matter to me really. So Scott's gonna run it.
Mr.
Yeah. So Scott, you'll sit here.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, just so you're aware, so the board's aware, I'll move your books aside and I'll come up and put name tags out.
Yep.
And we have, I have the official cup that the candidates will draw from, who goes first, second, or third, or fourth.
Okay.
And I will make the introductions and we'll move from there.
All right. Sounds good. You're gonna be here on the 5th, John? Okay, good. My wife asked me, she's like, is John gonna be around on the 5th, or is he gonna be gone too? I'm like,
No,
I'm like, God, I hope he's not. I didn't even ask him.
Okay, if the candidates will come up front, I've put your name tags out. If you'll take a seat in front of your name tag, that would be great. Okay. Thank you. And so each one of you, if you just pull your microphones closer to you, the green light means that the microphone is on. Right, Chief? Chief, green is on. Green is on. At the town hall, as a red is on, green is off. So. Anyway, so this forum, for the public's knowledge, is a forum of the candidates who are have decided to run for selectmen for the town of Tilton. There are currently 2 3-year terms that are vacant. And we have 4 candidates. One of the candidates, Catherine Dawson, is in the back of the room. Catherine is a current sitting selectman. So at my right is Jeff Hines Jr. Yeah, J.R. Hines, construction is what he told me. Jeff, Robert Yanity is also to my right, and to my left is Jeff Fontaine. So gentlemen and ladies, we appreciate your participation. Selectman Dawson thinks she's pretty well known, so she wants you guys to be known as well. So she gave you the limelight here. So, so just so you're prepared, we will ask each one of you. I will have you draw a number, and that number will tell you your place in line. We'll ask each one of you for an opening statement, not to last longer than 3 minutes, if you would. We have public in the audience here, and we have public calling in online. So the way we'll do this is we'll take the questions from the audience here. When we think we've done a few here, we'll do some online, and for however long that takes. So, but we would appreciate any questions. The chief is in the back. He's going to be my helper tonight, little does he know. And he has a microphone. So anybody in the audience, if you have a question, if you just raise your hand, if you'll, the chief will bring you the microphone. If you just say your name and that you're from Tilton, obviously, I suspect that you are, and ask your question. The question can be directed to all candidates. So you can ask one question and ask each one of them to answer it. And or you can ask specific questions of specific candidates. The purpose of that is your choice. And we just want to make sure that it flows smoothly. Again, there are 2 vacant positions. Voting is March 10th at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Winnisquam Regional High School, and you will vote for other positions as well. The only reason we have only the selectmen candidates here tonight is because you are the only contested positions. So without further ado, I'll walk around and pick your number from the cup. So. And I don't know what the number is, so I'm going to rely on you to be honest. You got number 1.
I got number 1.
Mr. Hannity is
Oh, here we go.
Unity is number one.
Number
So,
one.
so, and who has number two? Number three. Jeff Fontaine has number three, and Jeff Hines has number four. Okay. Again, so the audience understands, we will go until we either have no more questions or these three gentlemen are asleep at the table. We only ask the audience that there be no personal attacks or anything personal. Remembering that these three folks have not sat in this position before. It's important, I think, as also a voter, not in Tilton, but a voter in general, that when you hear somebody's opening remarks, that's your opportunity to hear exactly what their thoughts are, what they think are in the best interest of the community of the town of Tilton, and what they're going to do as candidates working for you, the citizens who are the government. So, okay. All right. Number one, you've got 3 minutes.
Oh, Lord. How do you tell an Italian you only got 3 minutes to talk? It's impossible. Well, anyway, I'm Bob Yanity, resident of Tilton. I thank you all for being here this evening. I have spoken before about my concerns of Tilton and what I would like to do if elected. First thing, I want to revamp downtown. I want to put street lighting in. For the 6 years I've lived here, this subject has come up every year and nothing has been done. This time, if I'm elected, I would like to see it done. I also want to see the owners of the buildings, if possible, they can install solar lights above their doors. So they would go on automatically before maybe the street lights go on. My other thing is we need parking. And I'm the kind of person that goes to town hall all the time and I bring my concerns. I ask where they think they should have parking. I get my answers from them, and I appreciate that because they're there to help. I want to be part of the Board of Selectors because I want to work for the people of Tilton. Besides being a resident, I want to bring Tilton further into what should be done rather than just talk and no action. I want to act quickly. I want to hear the people. I want to have discussions. I work a lot with the seniors and I work with the veterans. The last month or so, I have written to all our representatives in the Senate, the congressmen, and our representatives, stating the law of the veterans tax exemption has not been changed forever. The max is $750 for the veterans. If you're disabled, the max is $5,000. Every senator, congressman, representative I have written to, I got back maybe 50% answers. All agree. The other 50%, they want donations. So I scratched them right off the list. I can't be bothered with that. Downtown needs to be revamped. We have to get stores in there that will bring families to our downtown area. We have to make it look appealing. We have to fix the streets. We have to get parking. And that's a must. I would like to incorporate, if elected, maybe once a month, have a selectman at town hall for a few hours and have the community come in and just ask questions, a one-on-one. Bring their concerns, let's hear it, and then we can all discuss it as a board. The other thing I would like to incorporate is maybe every 3 months or every 4 months, just have meeting with the community to hear their concerns. And it's just the community's concerns, nothing else at all.
10 seconds, Bob.
Okay. Thank you. But this is what I would like to do. I want to be part. I have a mouth, as some people know. I like to get things done quickly, and I like to get things done thoroughly. And I won't make a decision unless I truly believe it's for the good of the Tilton community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Jeff Fontaine, you're next.
Oh, thanks for coming out and taking an interest. I'm Jeff Fontaine, and I am nearly a lifetime Tilton resident. My family moved here when I was 5. I did manage to graduate from Winnisquam in the class of 2000, and I'm married to Jen, and I have 4 girls. You heard that right, four girls. The reason I'm running is I just kind of want to do my part to keep Tilton a safe and affordable place to live. Right? So, in regard to safety, I'm looking forward to working with all the town departments and even first responders. So, to try to understand where they've identified areas where they can improve resident safety, and see what the board can do to support them in that, and also maybe areas where they can keep problems from ever arriving here. Another reason was to balance what residents expect in the way of services with the type of revenue that we bring in. Of course, without immediately defaulting to increased property taxes, but to do well with what we have. And also to balance growth. We have a small town character, and we have excellent businesses. And I mean, I remember when I first moved here when I was young, you had to drive to Franklin to go to McDonald's. Now we have everything. And you need places to live, work, and relax, and we don't need to sacrifice our quality of living and our small town character to make that happen. I want to let you know that when I make decisions, it would be, it was a tough thing. I had to learn this a lot, especially being married and again having 4 girls, to set myself aside when it comes time to make a decision and try to understand what's being said, what's being requested, what are the actionable duties and roles of whatever office you're in, and then how to actually affect that as objectively as possible. Right? Obviously, your values inform you, but what residents put forth and what the law states should be what governs us. So I'm hoping that when residents put their confidence in the select board to act as the town's executive branch, I want to make sure that they understand that their interests are what I'm going to keep top of mind as I conduct that duty, and hopefully fulfill their expectations. And so I'd just really be grateful and humbled if you would consider voting for me on March 10th, and just give me the chance to do my part for the town that's been a part of me for so long. Thank you.
You're welcome. Very good. 15 seconds, Jeff. You're good? All right.
Let's see if I can compete.
And let me get my watch set here. Jeff Hines.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for everyone being here, allowing me to be here. My name is Jeff Hines, and I am proud to stand before you tonight to announce my candidacy for the position of Board of Selectmen. I was born and raised in New Hampshire. I've lived here until I joined the United States Navy. My service took me across the country, but eventually my family and I returned to New Hampshire to build our lives and raise our children. 2004, I made Tilton my home, a community that I'm proud of. Tilton is more than just a town where we live. It's a place where my family and I have invested our hearts, our time, and our commitment. I deeply value the public school system. All of my kids went through it. I deeply value the public school system and the role it plays supporting families and shaping the future of our town. I'm running because I believe Tilton benefits from steady, thoughtful leadership grounded in fiscal responsibility, transparency, and a long-term planning. Our community deserves to be carefully stewardship of taxpayer resources while continuing to support essential services and reasonable growth, responsible growth. As a self-employed contractor and a business owner, I've spent my career managing budgets, overseeing projects, ensuring regulatory compliance, and maintaining strong working relationships. My work requires careful decision-making, financial discipline, strategic planning, and collaboration, skills that directly align with the responsibility of municipal leadership. I bring particular experience in developing and managing budgets, understanding and navigating local and state regulations, making independent decisions while working collaboratively, negotiating contracts and resolving changes efficiently, maintaining transparent and fiscal responsibility, planning with a long-term perspective and strong attention to detail. If I'm elected, my priorities will include responsibilities for fiscal management throughout long-term capital planning, continue support of public safety and essential town services, and maintain open and clear communications with residents. I also believe I would bring a fresh set of eyes and a new perspective to the board, approaching issues thoughtfully, asking productive questions, focusing on practical solutions that serve in a long-term interest of our community. Most importantly, I welcome the opportunity to engage with residents throughout the campaign. I encourage anyone with questions, ideas, or concerns about the future of Tilton to reach out and connect with me. Listening to our community is essential in effective leadership. And I want to say thank you very much for your time. I appreciate everyone listening to me. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Okay, now we will move to questions from the audience in front of us. Anybody that has a question, please raise your hand and the chief will bring the mic to you so we can hear you and our recording secretary can record this. Specific to any one candidate, Joe, or all of them? Perfect. Thank you, Joe.
It's good. Yep. Okay, one thing I'd like to mention is that my hearing's not the best of West, but I really had a problem hearing the last two gentlemen, Mr. Fontaine and Mr. Hines. One of the problems in this town for town meetings and everything else is that people are afraid of microphones. For some reason, we see all this and talk, but people are afraid to talk in the microphones. If you want people to pay attention and understand what you're talking about, it has to be into a microphone. So with that said, the microphones are working, aren't they? I mean, I can hear Scott there.
Yeah.
And I heard you, Mr. Yanity. But anyway, I'll get to my question here. With each of you giving me a short answer, how do you feel about the property taxes in Tilton?
Okay, that question, we'll start with you first, Jeff Fontaine.
So I'm just going to start with a comparison to our nearest neighbors, and I think we're in a better boat than our surrounding towns. One of the reasons I remember even just growing up, one of the reasons my family moved here was because of the comparatively lower property taxes. Right now, I think, I mean, they've gone up, boy, was it 13%? I can't remember the percentage exactly. We need to make sure that when you're looking at property taxes that you're getting what you're paying for. And so is there, a balance here at services? Are the taxes that are going up because they're justified? That's something you got to take a sharp look at. So I don't mind paying my taxes, and we get a lot here that other places with extremely high taxes don't even get trash pickup, especially in southern parts. But I think, making sure that we, if taxes do go up, or we examine current rates, that we are actually getting value for money and not just arbitrarily, arbitrarily raising pay or budgets beyond what can be justifiable. So those are my thoughts.
Thank you, Jeff. Next, Mr. Yanity.
I'm sorry. Was that better this time? Was that better this time? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
And just keep these mics are not that sensitive, so if you pull it closer to you, it'll work better. So, Mr. Yanity, you're next.
Okay. Well, thank you for the question. Thank you. Last year, we were hit because of the 5-year, I call it reevaluation of our taxes. I got hit hard, and I know how everyone feels about that. That was the 5-year. We know every year our taxes will rise one way or the other. It's up to us to see how they're going to be raised, where they should be raised, and how we can control it. That's the main thing we have to do. We can't say, oh, we're going to keep our taxes low. That's BS. I can't promise anyone that I'm going to do and keep the taxes low. It's inevitable the taxes are going to go up one way or the other, depending on school, on any department, highway, anything. It's going to look to have a new pick me up. The department needs new highway equipment. Okay. The schools need this. Okay. The police department needs that. Okay. It's understandable. Spending the money has to be justified on how we're going to raise our taxes. If we can control our spending, we may have a better opportunity not to raise the taxes higher than what we could afford. There's programs that we could reach out to that may help us. The veterans tax exemption, the seniors also. These are all avenues that should be looked into. If people don't know that, then they should come to town hall and see how they could be, how's the best word to say it, how to get help with lowering their taxes to begin with. Like I say, I agree with you 100%. I'm in the same boat. I didn't like it.
I didn't give an opinion yet. I will when you're done.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just say I didn't like it. I flipped when I saw it. I have a budget. I have to stay on that budget. If I tighten my belt anymore, there's no more holes I could put in it. That's how it is. But it's something we have to live with, like every community does. And it's how we're going to face it and how we're going to be able to control it. And that's what I want to be part of. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Mr. Hines.
I concur with what the both of them said. I concur with both gentlemen, exactly what they said. It's fiscal responsibility that is important that we do that as a town, as a community, and doing that through town meeting and voting on certain things like that will eliminate us having to raise the taxes all the time. My taxes went up, I think it was more than 13%. I know that. So I just think it's something that the fiscal responsibility part of it has got to be top and forefront for the Board of Selectmen. It just has to be.
Just to give you my reason I asked that question is that when people tend to run for the position that you are running for, and I have been there myself for a couple of years, they seem to have this idea that we can just come in and cut taxes. And they don't understand how the tax system works. And anybody who tries to do that, as far as I'm concerned, they're going to squirrel things up, whether we like it or not. I mean, people are entitled to a little bit of raise every year to keep up with inflation. The cost of the highway department, their equipment and everything doesn't go down. And really, that applies to the police department and the town hall. And the only one really, that really can't seem to have any control over is the school. They're going to reach for the sky every time. But that's another issue again. But the point is that I'm happy to see that all three of you seem to be realists when it comes to that, and that you're understanding that you just can't walk in here and slash and burn when it comes to the cost of operation. It is what it is, and it's not going down. It's never gone down before. So accept that, live with it, control it as best you can, but don't look to be a savior, carry the sword that you're gonna save us all. It isn't gonna happen. Enough of that. The other point that I wanted to bring up is for Mr. Yanity had spoke to something about doing a few things in town and everything. Of course, that all takes a lot more time. You kind of wanted to do it quickly. Very little happens like that happens quickly. I mean, as I worked for the town for 13 years directly, in addition to sitting on the board for a couple of years. But it seemed like anything that came up that was worthwhile generally took 2, 3, maybe 5 years to finally materialize. As far as lighting downtown, I remember we were talking about that years ago. The cost of doing some of those things is astronomical. I remember that one time they wanted to lower all the electrical wiring in town, put it below the ground. And the number that uh, uh, now it wasn't Eversource, the PSNH came out at that point in time was just somewhere $20,000 or $30,000 just to do that. No, it's going to be $2 to $3 million to do that.
And more than that.
Yeah,
Love
exactly.
Lake.
Uh, but anyway, don't think the thing's going to happen just because you think it's a great idea. A lot of things have to go before the public as far as being voting at towns meeting and stuff like that. So it isn't going to happen overnight. These things have good intentions, but don't be disappointed when it doesn't happen as quick as you think it's going to happen. On that note, I'm getting winded, and
Well, thank you.
am
Thank
I
you.
talking too much?
Thank you.
Or am I hitting the questions that
You-
should be asked?
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you for your effort, and please, two of you will survive.
Survive.
Thank you, Joe. Well spoken. Can we just move to a online question? Are there online questions? I don't see any hands up. Okay, open chat. Very good point. And that's our recording secretary would get me. I would be in big trouble if I didn't make sure we got your names, but yeah, no, actually the person asking questions. So okay. Do we have a hand up from anybody online that would like to ask a question? Nobody online asking a question at this time. Okay, next we'll go back to the audience then. Somebody else in the audience, lady on the end, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but if you'd say it when you get the microphone. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Brittany Shanahan from Morrison Ave. So community strength is often measured by how we treat our youngest and our oldest residents. What is your vision for improving recreation and social services for Tilton's youth and seniors? And are there specific community spaces or programs you feel are currently underfunded or overlooked?
And that question is for all three candidates.
All three
Okay,
candidates.
I'll start on this side this time. Jeff. Hines.
To be perfectly honest, I'm not aware of much of the community stuff they have here already. So that would be something we could look into. I know that the elementary schools and the middle school and the high school have always supplied stuff for my kids to be in sports and have activities after school, from soccer to football to baseball. The Northfield Pines I think did a great job when my kids were little. They played baseball there, and that seemed to work out really well. But I'd be up for listening to what, if you think there's other things we could do. Again, it all boils down to the money. It's always a budget thing. So that's really where, if we don't have to spend money on something else, we could spend money there. But the fiscal responsibility part of it is the biggest thing. And when it comes to taxpayers, that's what the taxpayers want to see. I don't want to see my taxes keep going up because it has to pay for a sliver of stuff. If we need a new dump truck or whatever, we buy a new dump truck. But there's got to be a fine line when people are looking at fiscal responsibilities. I don't spend my money foolishly, and as a taxpayer, I won't spend your money foolishly. That's a big one with me.
Thank you, Jeff. Mr. Yang. Yes.
You're gonna go that way.
Huh?
Give me a
No, I'm going to mix you up.
Here I am again. It's very hard for me to express myself verbally because I like to talk the way I want to talk, and sometimes I offend people. But I talk from the heart. So if I offend anybody by the way I talk, I'm sorry already. But your question, if I want to understand it, you want to see new venues for the youth and what they can get into. My other community had the same question, and I was part of the board for 9 years. What I did, I had one day, a Saturday, put aside for all the kids. This is your day. You come and you talk to us. You let us know what you would like to see done to help you in the summer or after school or classes that you would like to see. Talking about what I want to do isn't going to help. I want to hear what the kids want to do. I want to see what's in their head, what they want to partake in. What we also did in the summer, any of them who wanted to sit with us and observe, they were allowed to come in and sit with us. Because maybe down the road away, oh, I have ideas, maybe I want to be on the board, or maybe I want to do this, or maybe I want to do that. Firsthand is the best way to get things done. These kids were so happy. It didn't raise any of our money because the simple thing was, I want a movie night. I want arts and craft in the clubhouse. Such little minute things help the kids along the way. This is what I would like to see done. Get their opinions. Let them come forward. Let them speak without worrying about being reprimanded. Oh, you can't do that. You know, that's impossible to do. Because if you don't let them express themselves, how are they going to get through life? They're always going to be on the back row because they're going to be afraid to talk. And I won't allow that to happen to any kid at all. You want help, you come and get it. We're always there for you. I'm sorry I don't know all the programs because I don't have any kids in school. You know, I came to the library, I got ideas, I saw what was going on, and I appreciated the time you spent with me. And it opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And I want these kids, I want their eyes to open up to see, wow, I can do this. And wow, I never knew I can do that. So as I go along, if I'm elected, I want to make sure that the kids are represented and they have a voice. And maybe as they get older, oh, maybe I want to be on the board, or maybe I want this committee, or I want to go to that department, or I want to join the police force. You know, open up their mind to many things that they can go to that they don't know they can. But thank you for the question.
Thank you, Bob. Jeff Fontaine, I'm sorry.
Thanks for your question, Brittany. As far as the town's responsibilities in these areas, just identifying, what groups there may be that are town sponsored would be one to look into. But, it's really important for people who have children to put some skin in the game. So maybe, helping to inspire people, not necessarily a board duty, but helping people who come with these types of questions or concerns, like when you want to open up to residents and say, is showing them how, or helping them with ideas of how they might fundraise, especially, or promote these types of things that they can generate themselves. I'm thinking particularly of children. When it comes to the elderly, I don't even know how many studies have been done recently where they're talking about an active mind helps stave off a number of ailments. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say which ones, but when people continue to have puzzles, when they have social interactions, when they have spaghetti suppers and potlucks, really trying to help citizens get more involvement in those types of areas can do much more than maybe decisions made at a select board meeting. So when people have that type of concern, fostering that desire into something actionable rather than just a thought would be a way I might approach that with a citizen who had that type of passion rather than just. Now, what a board can do is make sure that public spaces that are set aside for recreation are clean, are safe, right? And that the people who are responsible for those duties in the town have the tools that they need to make that happen, especially when you have folks coming from out of our town. Not talking about our surrounding neighbors, Northfield, Samberton, places. I'm talking about people who are coming from other places in New Hampshire or out of state, behave themselves when they're here. So you can have an enjoyable movie night at the park and that sort of thing. So I'm not really too sure how to specifically say that the board can help, but I hope that was general enough to give you an idea.
Yeah, thank you for your answers.
Thanks.
Thank you. Great question. Question on the other side of the room, Chief?
Martha Andrus, School Street. Piggybacking on Brittany's question, the Hall Memorial Library is a huge resource for our seniors and our kids. All you have to do is spend a half an hour in the parking lot on a Saturday afternoon and watch everybody come and go. Never mind during the week, the programs that the library runs. There's so many kids involved. So my question to you is, do you use our library and is it important to you?
Chris,
Do you support its
sorry.
complete funding? Because right now it's in trouble. They don't have HVAC. They don't literally do not have functioning heat and air conditioning equipment, correct? Correct. So that's my question. Is the library important to you? Because it's important to me.
Begin with you, Bob.
Okay, here we go. Libraries have been closed throughout the nation because of lack of want, which I think is ridiculous. You need libraries simply because it brings knowledge to people. I'm still a book reader. I like having a book in my hand. I don't like, what do you call the iPad, whatever you call them, tablets. I go to the library so I could see things. I want to touch things. I want to read things. As far as funding is concerned, I don't want to lie and say I know exactly what's going on with the library because I don't. I don't know what funding has been brought to the library. I do know they need an HVAC system. Walking through the library, I saw what's being done and what has been done. It's an improvement, but there's more to be done. And the funding or the grants or fundraisers are a way to go. As far as keeping the library open, any library, of course, it's a necessity. It's a necessity. It makes it able for people who can't do anything to go there and get involved with groups or sewing or cooking or game night. I never been there when this activity goes on because I don't have any children, so I don't see. But the idea of expanding and supporting, of course, we need that. We need it drastically. If there's ways to get an HVAC system in, well, it could have discussions, but I don't know how many discussions have come up on that. I'm new to it, so I don't want to say I know, I don't. But I want to be the person to find out what's been done and what can be done to improve these conditions. Thank you.
All right. Jeff Fontaine, please.
Thank you, Martha. My kids are users of that library weekly. This is an area where I have seen flyers in the town hall, and I actually had a discussion with someone, not in the town government, but regarding library fundraisers. And this is an area where, if you want to, people want to continue to see these things, books, physical books. That was my library when I was in elementary school, right across the parking lot. And it's gone through drastic improvements since that time. But there's, when you're really specific in your fundraising and you're not afraid to ask, sometimes people can be too reserved. Really helping promote a fundraiser that the library is doing is extremely important. Not for people who just have kids and utilize it, but also for people who see the value in it. Maybe they don't have children for whatever reason, maybe their children have left, but see the value in having a mainstay in the town, provide the type of activities and education and opportunities that people couldn't have in their own personal libraries. I'm a big fan of getting off the couch and into somewhere in town. If you're going to go somewhere wholesome and decent, a library is one of those places. So funding the library, that's not an area that you'd want to detract from, but also making sure that when the library has an endeavor, helping the people who are running that really understand like what it takes to get what it takes to get people to donate to those causes, to support their activities, to show up when they are having an activity. You're right. When you pull in there on a Saturday and we're returning books, there's usually a number of people doing something out on the lawn in good weather. But there could be more, and there could be additional spaces that are available. There could be other ways that they can help to raise money simply other than just, funding from the town, and that those all options are on the table. And I'm one of those people who this is drifting a little bit from, when we're talking about their own personal fundraising, the business of the town. But I'm one of those people, when I'm given a task, I get like addicted to it and I have to try to solve a problem. So I'd be deeply interested in helping people in that regard if they're trying to keep that alive, because again, we're weekly users of it. Did that answer your question? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff Hines.
Martha, my personal opinion is it's crucial. It has to stay open. Like Robert said, that they've been closing them all over the place across the country, and it's imperative that we keep it open. I think that there's a bunch of different ways we could probably go about getting an AC system in there. I happen to know a bunch of guys that could probably work some magic. It would probably take some funds that we could probably get with a grant. I'm assuming that there's got to be a library thing through the state that we could approach. I think there's a bunch of different avenues besides doing the regular stuff, the bake sale and the little fundraisers, because you're probably talking to consider a lot of money to AC the whole place. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest with you, that it's a library now that doesn't have one in it. Most books don't do well in humidity.
Right.
There's a reason for that. No. So that's something that I think is imperative we keep going. Kids of all ages would use it. I'm sure they do. My kids were big readers and all through elementary school. I mean, I would get them in the truck going somewhere. Dad, wait. I'd go, what? I left my book in the house. They'd run back in and come back with a book. I mean, they read the entire Harry Potter series. I don't know how many times. One of my questions in 8th grade of the English teacher was, can you think you can get my kids to read something other than Harry Potter? So.
Thank you, Jeff. Chief, is the chat function open? It is open. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that in case there was any chat questions. I didn't see any, so we could ask the candidates. Okay. Anybody else in the audience would like to ask a question? Feel free. Anybody for a first time question before I respond to Martha? Is there anybody else that would like to? I don't see anybody. Martha, go ahead.
Thank you. Martha Andrews, School Street. Do you use the transfer station, and how do you feel about it? And how do you feel about it, especially when you're writing your check for or however you pay it, for your real estate taxes, for your property taxes?
Okay. And we'll start with you first, Jeff Hines.
Unfortunately, I don't use it. 9 times out of 10, I've got a dumpster on a job site somewhere. If I've got to throw something out, it goes in that. They do a fairly good job picking up, the regular trash. I do find that the waste, the paints and the thinners and all that kind of stuff really should be more than once a year. I think it's once a year you can get rid of it. It needs to be more than once a year. People have this stuff sitting around. If it's in an old can and it's sitting on a concrete floor, it doesn't take long for it to rust out and disperse throughout the garage or wherever it is. So I would be up for stepping it up and allowing, maybe 3 times a year where you can go and drop off paints and other stuff like that.
And just so you know, Jeff Hines, the board did vote to approve and spend a little more money to allow that to happen at other offsite locations as part of a consortium with the Lakes Region Planning Commission. So that is a possibility. Okay, Bob Yanni, next question to you. That question to you.
Okay. I use it for recycling, basically. That's the only reason I go. Does it need improvement? Yeah. Sometimes because the poor guys that work there, you may see one guy trying to do the job of 4 guys, and it's rough on this one person. How many hours does he have to pick stuff up that people don't put where it should be? or they just go there and they just throw it. And the big like the refrigerators, the mattresses, or the paint cans, the lawnmowers, etc., they don't put it into it. They'll just drive up and leave it on the side, and he has to go out there and put it in. So my answer, yeah, it needs improvement. It needs a facelift. It needs where I lived in Loudon, that transfer station was a blessing. My Lord, was that thing clean? Everything was numbered, lettered, named. You did it. They helped you. They had a drop-off point for furniture and things like that. People went there to look at the furniture, brand new. I picked up a piece, a bench that was just put there because they didn't want it, brand new. People go there, sure, they're going to recycle, and they were happy to do it. And they had more than, I think it was every 3 months that you could bring your paint and your equipment like that. But there was somebody there to make sure you put it in the right spots. And then because we had no garbage pickup in Loudon, we had to bring our own garbage. But then we had somebody come around like they do here. For $25, I'll take it to the recycle, the transfer station and everything like that. But I'm sorry, I'm going off. Yeah, I don't use it that often, but when I do go, I see what should be done. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff?
Thank you. Yes, a well-organized transfer station and more access to it more frequently is something I'm definitely in favor of and willing to explore all options on the table, looking at why hasn't that been done up to date. There's probably there could be justifiable reasons, but then also try to think outside the box. He said this part of a regional consortium where they're trying to expand opportunities. How far can we press that? And anything you can do to get rid of the last thing you want is people not being able to get rid of caustic chemicals or other pollutants when we have more little tributary brooks and things feeding into the river than almost anywhere in central New Hampshire. So we don't want people just getting frustrated and throwing things out, not doing the right thing, giving people the opportunity to do things the right way. And also, frankly, to just remove trash from your yard and your house is an important thing. So, did I answer your question? Okay.
Thank you, Jeff. And the next question comes from SM Online, and this may put you all three on the spot, and you may have already answered it, but do you recycle your cardboard and aluminum at the transfer station? Bob Yanni, we'll start with you.
I do. I can honestly say I do. I get a big black bag. I separate everything where it should be. And maybe once a month when that bag is full, I go automatically to the transfer station and I drop it off. I'm happy to do it. But if not, you can't put them in with your regular garbage. You can't. Who knows what they do with it afterwards? Maybe they do combine it with the regular garbage. We'll never know. But at least it's there and I do it.
Right. Jeff Hines.
I don't do it to date, but I have done it in the past when the town of Tilton supplied the recycling bins. And to the point where I had 2 recycling bins for quite a while until I got in trouble for having 2. And then I had the big trash one, but with 5 boys, you can fill up a recycling bin in no time. If you're adamant about recycling, which we were. We rinsed out all the jars, we rinsed out everything, put it in there. Today, in this day and age, I would spend 10 to 15 hours a week trying to recycle with all the kids and stuff at our house. I just can't do it. If it's easily done, and I'm not sure why we never kept doing it in town of Tilton. I don't understand if we weren't making any money with it or it was too expensive. Even if we weren't making money, even if we were just breaking even, we were losing money. Yeah, see, that's crazy. So no, I don't recycle. I ditch it all. Sorry.
Okay, Jeff.
I am in the same camp as the other Jeff. When when we did recycle, when we had the recycling cans recycled, we do burn, so we'll burn cardboard and that sort of thing. But as far as cans go, I am not currently a can aluminum or glass recycler.
I've had mixed experience with that for a short period. I lived in Franklin and they had the recycling center. They stopped that program eventually, also due to it costing more than it was bringing in. And really, they ended up only recycling about 5% of what was dropped off, if I remember. It's what can and should be recycled, I'm in favor of, but it just personally, like household garbage, I'm not too heavy in recycling.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
Okay, is there another audience question before I go to the screen? Pat Constantino.
If in fact you were one of the ones that did not make it as a selectman, are you willing to serve on another committee other than select board?
Yes, I wouldn't mind being on the planning board at some point. I think the planning board's it's a big part of the town. It's a big part of where we go and as a town. It's a big part of the community. My dad always said you can understand growth and you can change its direction, but you can't stop it. There's no stopping it, but you can control it and you can make sure that it's done, with the aspect that it's gonna still look okay. It's not gonna change the whole town of Tilton. We want to keep it the old style town, but you can't stop growth, but you can certainly control it.
Thank you. Jeff Fontaine.
Thank you. If I had a discussion with someone who saw, they wanted to see what I might have an aptitude for, and there was a way I could serve, I would certainly be willing to serve on another board. Depending on, it would really be on the recommendation or suggestion of a person who is more familiar with a board that I might fit in on.
Bob Yanity.
I'm the same way. I don't make promises I can't keep. You all know that. If something comes up that you feel I'm suited for, yeah, I'll look at it. I can't promise I'll take it. There may be somebody out there that may be more suitable for the job than me. I don't want to take that away from somebody with more knowledge than what I would have, because even now being chosen, any one of us as a selectman, there's a learning process. We have to learn. With any position open, we have to learn that. And if I go through that learning process and halfway through I say, "Ah, damn, I don't want to do it," I'm taking it away from somebody else that could be in there. But I'll look at it and I'll see how I approach it and how the departments approach me. Thank you, Pat.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, next one is a chat question online. And I'll begin with Bob Yanity first, which says, did you know that the type of recycling goes towards a revolving fund that goes towards the Highway Equipment Capital Reserve Fund? Are you aware of that is the question?
What a question. I lie if I say, yeah, I do. No, I really don't. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't lie and say I do. I don't.
Yep. Okay. Jeff Hines.
Well, if we don't recycle here anymore, I'm not sure how it works. Just from what we bring to the transfer station.
Correct. That's correct.
Didn't know that
Yeah.
it went towards
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
I also did
Jeff,
not know that.
Yes. And you can ask a question.
Sure,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah.
Did any of our selectmen know this?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Thank
They,
you.
yeah. They set it up.
Oh, you did?
They set it up.
Okay, who's
Yeah.
put the question? Which one of you said that? Go ahead.
Well, that was an online question,
Oh,
so you
okay.
can't get
I
that.
take it.
So, but it was a very good question. And we have a question in the audience, Chief, the little lady with the, oh, she got the mic. Oh, boy. Uh, And we'll begin that question with Jeff Fontaine.
Sure. I kind of in summary stated that right when I began speaking, what seems like ages ago, uh, with is to maintain the atmosphere of Tilton as a safe and affordable place to live, work, and relax. We have, I've been, I love this town. Growing up, we used to tube down the river. We used to go to the island park. Like we'd start, way up where, past McDonald's, but basically we're 140. The river starts there. We'd start even sometimes at Silver Lake and just tube all the way down. I love when they started doing live music at the park. The movie night I thought was a phenomenal idea and a great opportunity to just get outside. Um, and I know it's in Northfield, but going to the Arch and everything, when even sledding down that hill. So I'm not trying to just ramble about all the activities that are going on here. Cleaning up the tracks and putting that Winnie River Trail back there, as I grew up along the tracks, it's 1,000 times better. But really keeping that just a small town atmosphere where you're only a minute away from anything you might want, which we have, but being able to recreate in a clean place and not feel like you're overwhelmed with either problems, crime, traffic, or huge buildings that are going to block our views. So just keeping it a safe small town atmosphere, but the status quo, no, because there's been improvements. When there's areas for improvements like walking trails or other things like that, it's like I said, I've been here since I was 5. There's been a lot of improvements, and so I'm not against improvements. Unless you mean by the status quo, just looking for those particular areas. Okay, I see. Okay. I do not see Tilton as ever being Manchester, and I'm going to make sure of that. So.
Second that.
Jeff Hines, we'll go to you next with the question.
Keeping it affordable is the biggest thing. It's got to be affordable where kids that grow up can start a family, buy a house, and be able to stay here and afford it. If you can't afford living here, no one's going to live here. They're going to move out. It's happening all across our cities. People can't afford to live in a city anymore. My parents grew up on Webster Lake. I grew up on Webster Lake. You can't afford to live there anymore. The taxes are 25, 30 grand a year. You got to keep it affordable for kids that are coming out of school. They can get a job, either in the fields or the trades, or they go to college and they get out of college, they come back here. There's no jobs that are paying them enough to stay here and be able to afford a house with the taxes and the cost of housing nowadays. They can't afford to do it. And we've got my youngest son's living back with us, trying to save some money so we can afford to buy a house. The interest rates are killing him. He's looked at a number of places. It's just not working out. And he's a plumber and he makes pretty good money, but you got to have it affordable. The town has got to keep everything affordable so that the kids that are graduating, that move away and come back, can afford to live here. And that's like the biggest thing. I think it's fiscal responsibility. We've got to be able to control it and keep it to where people want to stay here and live here.
Good point. Good point. Bob Yanni.
Thank you, Jane. The way I see Tilton now, 10 years from now, I want to see a community that's still tight. I want to see where people look out for people, trying to keep crime out, working with the police department, getting to know your neighbor, helping your neighbor. These are all things that bring Tilton forward. Yeah, I agree with Jeff and Jeff, naturally. I came from New York City where nobody knew anybody until I moved to the suburbs where everybody knew everybody, but everybody helped everyone. I don't want to see happening to Tilton what's happening around us. I don't want to see Meredith, am I saying it right, where ICE moved in? I don't want to see that happening to our community. We have to be aware of our surroundings. Every day we have to be on the lookout for each other and our children. We have to make it a safe place. We have to make it affordable. But we say that all the time. We have to make it affordable. But how can we do that with what's fighting us to keep it that way. Some things are out of our control. We have no control over. What we do have is going forward and making it better for everyone, because each person is the one that's going to do it. Whether it's now, 5 years, or 10 years from now, we have to plan now for what's going to go forward. And the only way to do it is to talk to each other, to listen, to learn, and to speak up, and to state how you feel about what you believe in, and not worry about any backlash. This is what brings a town forward. You could build houses, you could build this, but it's the community that's going to allow it. Thank you, Jay.
Okay. I'm sorry?
I said we have 4 candidates. I would like to hear the 4th candidate's vision for the future as well.
So my vision for the future of Tilton is as you see it today. We are really almost built out. There are only a few parcels that can still be built out. But I think, as everyone has said, the most important thing about the future of Tilton is it has to be affordable. And we have to understand that there are forces outside of the town of Tilton that affect such things as property taxes and the affordability of our homes. If you look at the types of jobs that are available within the boundaries of the town of Tilton, there aren't that many that are truly professional, you can make a living and afford to buy a home jobs. And I think those are the types of jobs we need to attract to make our community affordable. That is the big word.
Thank you, Catherine. And as your moderator, we've been at it for a little over an hour. I think that's great. And I don't want to cut anybody short, but we do have, I would like to, unless there's other questions in the audience, I would like to end with a question. I'm sorry. Oh, somebody, yep. Can I get back to you? Because this is a first time question. And after that, if somebody has a question, we can continue if everybody's okay with it. And I'm looking at the boss at the other end of the room. So, but I would like to take the next question. This will begin with Jeff Hines. How do you feel? This is an online question from Jed. How do you feel about all of the new housing potentially coming into the town in the near future? I'm having trouble with my glasses, so excuse me.
No, it was perfect. I think
I do not.
I think it's perfectly fine if it follows along with all the codes and everything else we need. Increases the tax revenue base. If it's done efficiently and effectively and doesn't, change any of the dramatic landscape, I think it's fine. I look forward to it, actually.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jeff. Bobby and Eddie.
Well, we need housing, pardon me, definitely, but I don't want housing that comes in that's going to outprice, if that's the word, people who are interested in moving in. I don't want to see $1 million homes coming in. Of course, if you could buy $1 million home, that's great. But what about me who can't afford that? If you're going to build housing, make it affordable. Make it easy for people to say, yeah, I can get a mortgage. And yes, I can support this house. And yes, I could bring my children and bring them to schools and not worried about, oh my God, how am I going to do it? But yeah, I think we need housing and we need affordable housing for everyone.
Perfect. Jeff Fontaine.
So Tilton and Belknap County also, as a whole, is a very compact place in New Hampshire. It's very densely populated. I know we don't have that many residents in town, but it's densely populated. There are not, it's a big competition for space here. And I just think the watchwords there are balanced growth. When we talk about new housing, what are you impacting? That should be what guides your decision making on approving certain things. Also, is the housing that's going in going to utilize or draw the attention of more of the town resources, safety or otherwise? I'm not too sure specific. I mean, this person might have the questioner might have something very, very specific in mind, but as a general rule, I would just use the watchwords balanced growth when we think about adding housing or places to live in Tilton. It is an awesome place to live too, and even if we don't have the businesses, we're in a great commuter location. So it's just another attractive feature of our town's location.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. Brittany, I promised I won't forget you, but we have a first time, and I have a hand from Greg DeVolder who would like to ask an online question, and we'll begin that question after he asks it with Jeff Fontaine.
Hey, thank you, Scott. I just wanted to say before we ended this that I have never been more impressed with a group of candidates, and I wanted to just say thank you to the three of them for putting themselves forward and taking the time to get involved in the town government. I think it's wonderful, and I'm just very pleased that they're seeking this position. And if any of them wanted to put a sign in my yard, I'd be more than happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg. Thank you. And without further ado, I will recognize Brittany for the last question, and then we'll have closing remarks. Okay, Brittany, go ahead. And your question will be to Mr. Yanity first, and then we'll pick two others. Oh, I'm sorry, you need the microphone, Chief. Well, that's all right. The chief's coming.
Okay, so Tilton and Northfield share a very deep history, a school district, and several utilities. How would you work with the Northfield Select Board to ensure that the shared services remain efficient and that the relationship between the two towns is collaborative rather than competitive?
Bob Yanity, that question is to you first.
Why? Me first of all the questions.
Because I'm trying to be fair and picking around.
I
so.
know, I'm only kidding.
I know you are.
Oh my God, what a question. I don't know how to answer that. The only thing I could think of is you're saying Northfield and Tilton, board members get together, their discussions, bring it to the table, see how one could help the other, split the costs of anything that has to be done that they feel we're with the Northfield Fire Department. Anything that deals with Northfield has to be approached diplomatically, just like Tilton, come to a common understanding when nobody walks away and says, I got screwed. We can't do that. If you're going to work with our town or our neighbors, we got to come to an understanding that, yeah, we're all here to help each other, not screw each other. That's the only thing I could say.
Thank you, Bob. And we'll go to Jeff Hines.
Bob is very correct. It has to work out both ways. It can't be one-sided one way, one side or the other. I know the fire department's had issues before. I know the water district's having issues. It just has to be something that can be worked out. One Northfield shouldn't have to pay, more or less. It should be able to work out. So, I don't know if it's based on how many people live in Northfield and how many people live in Tilton and Samberton. I'm not sure how the thing works out, but it should certainly be able to work out where it's equity and even.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff Fontaine.
Yeah, I would second what the other Jeff says. And if there's areas of overlapping interest that we have, I'm open to exploring anything that would save money or provide a boon. But we do have to make sure that it is even-handed and balanced, that our residents are benefiting from collaborations with not just Northfield, but any other municipality, that it's not just a one-sided deal. So.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff. And I will take this last online question from Jesse. And I will begin with the question will go to Jeff Fontaine first. It says, Jesse is a new caller or question. Have you walked around town, and what are your thoughts on making Tilton more walkable, family friendly, and safe? Thinking specifically around the safety of walking in regards to sidewalks and enforcing safe driving. So, Jeff Fontaine, that question is to you, and I know it's complicated, so it may take you a second.
I sympathize with the person who Jesse Jesse's question. Um, as we get more and more traffic through that downtown area, it is a tight bottleneck, and I cannot stand speeding, especially in heavily areas where there's heavy pedestrians. I think we've done it. I think we have good indicators of crosswalks. I think actually forcing people to use the crosswalks a little more than they do would be good. People step right out in between those cars and just trying to take a shortcut. So if it's exploring areas that are maybe more crossed than others and adding an additional one, um, the speed limit's already at the maximum or minimum enforceable rate of speed at 25, and I'd go even slower. But um, to me, yeah, that's just not a town thing. That is actually a state goal for the Department of Safety to reduce pedestrian accidents. They have resources that are available through federal grants or funding that we might be able to convince them to avail themselves of. In our town. They're looking for ways to meet those metrics, like X amount of pedestrian deaths have lowered but whatever approach we take, whether it be better lighting, whether it be, you know, I can't really find additional parking there, but whatever plans we have, having a goal that's measurable, observable and measurable is critical in that regard, because you can't just do something because it sounds safe, right? When you when you're going to spend money on something or focus town resources and attention toward it, even in the downtown area, we can't just do it because, well, we think that looks nice or it looks like we care about safety. There have to be observable and measurable metrics that say this was the standard from this time, or excuse me, this was the occurrence of accidents or incidents or tickets or whatever citations this time, and this is the new compliance rate. Did it work? We have to be able to, when we do something, figure out a way to determine whether or not it actually works. But I don't have a perfect answer on that one, but consider
Sounded
that
good.
an exploratory promise.
It sounded good. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay,
Jeff
absolutely,
Hines.
absolutely. We've had a family friend that was running in Meredith and was hurt very badly and on a crosswalk. So I'm not sure that you can do much more about it than what we do, but having the lines painted maybe a couple times a year, maybe putting up some of the yellow caution lights so you can press a button so it's flashing so you're going to cross so somebody can see it. There's got to be some other stuff we can do, but yeah, a measurable way of telling versus just throwing money at it is obviously the best. But the crosswalks, they over the winter time, they're plowed away. You really can't see them. It seems like it gets around about June before they have the painted back on there. So, I mean, maybe we could step that up a little more, maybe paint them more than once a year and just try and get everybody to slow down a little bit.
Perfect. Bob?
Same, I agree with Jeff also, and Jeff. I have seen towns where they put in the flashing signals. When you want to cross the street, you press the button, it flashes, cars are supposed to stop, pedestrians cross. Once they get to the other side, they stop. The question also was downtown safer. Well, I mentioned about the street lights. I mentioned about the solar lights that should be put on buildings by the owners of the buildings would help with the lighting problem. Sidewalks, I think we're done on one side, but not on the other side. The other side has to be fixed. You can't put lights there because the intersection, you can't put red, green, and yellow lights. You can't do it. Stop signs aren't going to help because nobody's going to stop. Let's put it that way. They can't get rid of the circle in the middle, because getting rid of that circle in the middle, you know what that curtails? You get trucks coming down 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. This stops them from actually speeding downtown. This gives them 20 miles an hour because of that circle in the middle. You can't do more than what is appropriated. The lights, yes. Fixing the sidewalks, definitely. Parking is another thing that because I have a mouth, I approach it all the time I go to town hall. Where's the best place to put parking? Well, I was told an idea, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to step on any toes, but it's in the works about getting certain land and building a double-decker garage, which would benefit the town of Tilton. You park in the garage, you walk straight down, and there's something already existing there that won't be there. That will be taken away, and a parking lot or a double-decker garage may be put in place to help with the downtown parking. But that's really all I have to say. Sorry.
Thank you, Bob. Okay, and I think it's time to wrap it up here. First off, I appreciate all of the participation of everybody here, you folks as well, our online folks as well. So we're going to give you each candidate a minute, 1 minute, and I will be timing you. And we're going to start in the reverse order that we opened. So Jeff Fontaine, you've got a minute to make your pitch to the people online and to the people in the crowd when and why they should vote for you for selectmen and when.
When? March 10th, Tuesday, March 10th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can vote. Actually, you can not just vote for me, but I think it was a good opportunity. I'm glad people came out to this and they got to see there's reasonable people who are interested in just giving what they have to serve the people of this town. And I think you'd be well served by anyone at this table. And I'm not going to take up much more time than that because I think it's pretty obvious that everyone here is
Thank
a
you.
decent person.
Great.
We're going to go to Jeff Hines next.
Couldn't agree more. I'd be honored to serve the town of Tilton, contribute my experience, judgment, commitment to responsible governance, and try and work collaboratively with fellow board members, staff, residents to support transparency and fiscal responsibility throughout decision-making that reflects the best interests of our community.
Thank you, Jeff. Bob Yanni.
Thank you all for listening to me ramble on. I appreciate you all coming, listening to what I have to say. Whether or not I'm appointed, it depends on you all who vote. Any one of us candidates are more than willing to step in and do what we can for Tilton. I'm one of them. I don't make promises that I can't keep, but I will say I will do my best on the board to make sure it works for all the people of Tilton. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bob. Thank you all very much. Mr. Chairman, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you for all of the candidates. We appreciate you guys coming out. I think you all did an excellent job. Yes. Yes, we do. Oh, thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Eric, thank you, sir.
Jeff,
Pleasure to see you.
good luck. Okay.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you. You're going to be out at town voting? You're going to be out there? Okay. All right. Good. I'll definitely see you then. Okay. Hey. You ready?
Well, there's a big learning curve, no matter what. Hi, Eric.
Yes. It is.
What are we doing?
All right. So we're gonna finish up our meeting so the selectmen can complete this evening.
Good luck, y'all.
Good luck to all the candidates. Thank you again for all the residents online and that showed up in person. I'm gonna open it right now for any public comment.
Or does live by way, John.
Time being 7:23. This would be in regard to anything.
You know, listening to these questions, we should,
You could put a
because
garage
people
there.
obviously aren't aware of it, there is a place you can bring hazardous waste
His father's still there.
beyond Embassy Week.
Yeah,
Yes.
there
I brought
is.
that up before. We should put that link on our website, you know. where
I
the
thought we
track-
didn't. I thought we did.
Sure, it's on there, Catherine.
Is it?
Yep.
I thought we did put that on there
But
because you
it's-
did bring that up
It's
before.
on there.
And I-
It's on there.
I couldn't hear back there, so I moved up here.
So to bring hazardous waste.
There are,
Yes, on our website.
It's on our website.
It's on our website,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you had brought it up.
I brought it up.
And
Yep.
Tim and
Yeah.
Scott said they would put it on it, and
Yeah.
it is
There
on
a
there.
Connection on
Yes, there
where
is.
the
Yeah,
trash
yeah.
and the recycle
Yeah,
stuff
it's
is.
it's on the left-hand column. It's under Lakes Region Planning. Yeah.
Oh, no, it should be,
It's under Lakes Region Planning.
yeah, it
The,
should be
the off-site stuff?
where there is an alternative place rather than the weeks. There's 2 weeks out of the year where you can
Right,
bring
right.
Right.
stuff. Is it 2 weeks?
It is 2
It
weeks.
Or does
is
it go
2
by
weeks.
location?
no, it
But
goes by
anyway,
location.
Yeah, it does go by
So
location.
year round, I think it's year round, there's a place, I think it's Alton, that you can bring hazardous waste.
Yeah, you had said that to me before. We don't have that on the website, so
That
we're
needs to be
clear.
on the website.
And can we do, at any time, we can do that? Because I asked the
Pay.
question.
I don't know if
You pay.
I think you have to
Oh, you
pay.
pay.
to bring
It's
it
Oh,
not-
up.
it's
oh,
not
okay.
Embassy.
No, we didn't put that.
You need to pay, but there is a place that you can bring
Yeah,
hazardous waste.
because I asked
If you
Matt,
don't want to hold it.
I asked Matthew Rose from Lakes Region Planning Commission in an email, and I remember you had said something to me. It was a while ago, but I asked him, and he said there was no place that you could bring it
It's on their
outside of
website.
outside of outside of the freebie stuff.
It's on
So
their
I think he
website.
thought I was asking for free,
Oh, for free.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you pay.
So
Yeah.
I will check.
He's a selectman up in
Yes, yes, he
Who?
is. Matthew, right? Oh, Brock Mitchell. Oh, I thought you said Matthew.
Brock Mitchell's
But
a
it's
selectman in Alton now?
It's on the website.
Well, good for
Yeah.
them.
The
Good
Lakes
for
Region
him.
Planning. I know I saw it, and I thought I gave you the
Yeah.
information.
You did tell me.
Yeah.
You and I did
Yeah,
talk,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
did
Yeah,
question.
It's
it,
not
so,
free.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
why I asked how much it was gonna cost us
Yeah.
to compare
Yeah,
it.
because.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Chief.
All right.
All right.
So not hearing any public comment online and from the audience. There's only, is there any other discussion?
I have one thing to say.
Do you, Joe?
All right.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Joe?
Concerning the voting.
Okay.
We have approximately 4,000 people in the town of Tilton. In excess of that, according to the last census, but we'll just call it 4,000.
Mhm.
It's definitely going up, and I thank everybody who's expressed an interest. But there wasn't, between online and in the audience, 20 people
Right.
that spent the time to find out anything about
The candidate.
the candidates.
Yep.
So,
And I think that's just like piss poor.
well, here's what I think too. My hope, and I think that we should all make this plea, is that the residents of this town will take the opportunity
Mountain Vote.
to, one, come out and vote, but also between now and voting time,
Ask the question.
listen to this meeting, right? Listen, hear what they have to say.
Yep.
And come out and
Get to
vote.
know them.
I've been trying to get him to do this for the last 14 years to no avail.
Yep.
I've insulted them. I've cajoled them. I've begged them. And it's like, why won't you come down? Be a
It's like,
part of it.
look at the deliberative session on Saturday.
Mhm.
Yeah. If we have 150 people, that might be the record.
If we have 50, that might be the record. There's no controversial issues, nobody shows up.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have $200,000 for the selectmen to go to Bimini.
Second. Second.
Take it off the warrant, you know, and see if they show up.
Just put it in the middle of it.
In the budget.
Yeah.
Nobody would
Just
ever
put
even
in the
look.
budget
They
a
don't
new
read
police
it.
station. They'll all show up.
We did, Mr. Chairman, just so the board knows, we did multiple advertisements and we couldn't have gotten any further out.
Yeah.
Historically, though,
yeah.
unless it's a controversial or unless it's a
Yeah.
real.
They were going to divide the
contested.
fire department
Right.
at one point. We
Right.
had a packed
The audience,
cafeteria.
yeah.
Matt.
Standing room only.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Well,
other than that,
yeah. Well, and that may also, Joe, if you look at it this way, say you're doing a pretty decent job. So
I don't think that's the issue.
no. Oh, wow. Okay.
Not from the rest of the year's feedback.
What it's worth, I found out about this meeting at 5:45 today. That's what Jesse wrote.
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jesse.
And he had, that was a great last question. I thought that was
Yeah, that
important.
was excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
And not that all the questions were good, but that one was very good. That's why I stepped outside the box and took
Yeah.
the chance that you wouldn't fire me for
Yeah. no, it
keeping
was
this
good.
thing going. So,
Where you had posted it?
town website, we posted it in the Winnisquam Echo, Laconia Daily Sun, on the bulletin board in the town hall, and the outside kiosk as well. Mix 94.1 FM community page, and Mix also did, Fred did some radio talk announcing it, and that, or Mix did announcing it and what it was and that stuff. So it was out there.
Mm.
So.
Well, my hope is that we'll have residents at least log in,
Yep.
watch it.
Absolutely.
Maybe we throw something out on Facebook, whether it be on the PD site, the town site, whatever, and just say, hey, not for
It was a
nothing,
great
but
forum.
please, it's an opportunity to at least hear some questions that were asked, and these are the candidates, and please, take a second to
Yep.
listen. And I mean, we can even put what time on the timestamp when
Right.
when it started, for crying out, if
Yeah.
they don't want to listen to anything else.
Right.
Right.
And
So,
we
I
did put
mean-
it on our Facebook page and Facebook. I personally put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
So anybody that followed me, which isn't many, but
I was gonna say, how many is that?
3.
I share everything.
My wife, the bill collectors, and the undertaker.
people are just not engaged.
All right, everyone. I think, Joe, you got one last thing to say?
I do. Mr. Chairman, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Me.
Aye. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, for the use of the building.
You're welcome.